Hi guys, welcome on my channel. Finally, I'm back. It's been like 1 year or more since I was posting there. And as you may know, I released the album and released a new music video called Half Blood. And although there are not so many people who are really enjoying the content related to a DIY process, I really want to continue this section because I know how many artists are there, how it actually can give you a lot of new ideas and inspire you for doing your own stuff. So I would like to show how the Half Blood was done and to talk about the meaning, to talk about the whole idea that was behind the video. And also I would like to show some Easter eggs because I like doing some like kind of stuff, so I would really be happy to show it to you as well. When I released Home, I encountered a big amount of hate towards myself. When I started actually experiencing that hate, I realized that even though I really want to connect with my home, it's really hard to do that because I'm still fragmented, I'm still feel fractured. It's really hard to call myself like a full 100% Uzbek while taking into the account all the specifics of my birth and all my life. And I remember that I was reading through comments of Home, and there were people who were actually writing that, oh, you don't speak Uzbek, you are writing in English, you should write in Uzbek. You are not a true Uzbek person, you're a fake one. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm a fake one. I don't know. Like, I let people decide. It's really hard to protect your identity throughout the whole time. I'm not speaking Uzbek language, but I love this country. I love this land. I love my family. I love this nature. And I don't think that knowing a governmentally established language is the only way of how you can love your country. I think I cannot change the opinion of these people. This experience of bullying actually gave me a lot of inspiration towards this topic, towards the topic of being half blood in your own country, being like partially separated and partially connected to that. I decided to make a video. So as you may see, we opened a CapCut. It's a really complicated, as you see, there are a lot of different layers and some objects are just moving one by one. And actually it's everything like movable. You can see I'm not using any advanced software, I'm just like this cartoony effect, and it actually really realistic when you are doing it by yourself, like manually. So here we are. I actually bought the subscription because it's really hard to manage editing with a free version. These bastards are slowing it down. I swear to you. I was trying to do it on the free version, but it was impossible. The program was lagging and the render was like taking countless hours. And I was like, oh my god, okay, take my money, but let me work. And it actually worked, so the paid version is very good. So this time I actually paid money for making that. I bought CapCut subscription, Canva. I also bought some pictures and photos from stock, and I also used DaVinci Resolve for certain scenes. Free version, not paid one. I started beautiful landscape of Tashkent. That's the city that I was born in. And as you may see, there's a circus, there are a lot of different old city and all that stuff, mountains behind. So as you may see, there is a road appearing and there are children playing football. But my mom actually asked me, why do they have like onion on their head? I'm the fourth child in a family and I have 7 nephews and nieces. So whenever we were gathering at our family meetings, my mother was saying, "Oh, Kalhos Kızılpiyos," and I was like, "Kalhos Kızılpiyos, why are they talking like that?" And she explained me that it's like the saying that people usually use when there is a lot of people in the house. I decided to actually like put onions on their heads like they're playing, so it's like Kalhos Kızılpiyos. It's really like, I don't know, there's no meaning in that. I was having fun. So kids are usually playing in mahala, and there's a layer of this buildings that were built during the Soviet Union time, and if you may notice, it's like cracked, just like the Soviet Union. And the light was turning on, so it's like the meaning of the fact that so people who were living under the fantasies, under this idealistic world that they told to believe, they actually started to waking up from that. So that's why the light is turning on. And it actually opens the vision on the cotton field. Oh, by the way, this was actually made by AI. I will show it to you. So I actually bought that picture from stock, but it's not looking like Uzbek cultural thing. So you can see that there's like cabbages and guys in these hats. Nobody actually wears these hats. So I asked AI, can you please replace the field with cotton and make their hats to be like from the material, not this one? And he actually did that. I was crying. Oh my god, can you imagine that? We're living in a world where it's possible. So then I asked the AI to animate that, and I was like, can you please make this, can you please animate this picture? And what he has done. What the hell? I found a very bad quality picture and I asked the AI to enhance it, and then I also dropped it here, and so I used these guys here. I wanted to make this layery scene where we actually diving into the into the world that I'm living in. So so as you may see, like we are going through many layers, and there's a small house. Problem of working with so many layers because the program is not surviving that. I will show how many layers is there. Go down my page. You can see that, right? There are a lot of different layers, and we actually work on that. That will not like have so much legs. Yeah. So yeah, колхоз Кызыл Пиос, Soviet Union that was broken, cotton field, and there is a house. And we actually dive into this house. And not everyone noticed, but there are so many things in this scene. If you look at that TV set, there are my favorite cartoon films on it. And I love, there are Gummy Bears, Duck Stories, Chip and Dale. I was growing on them and I decided to put them here. And as you may notice, there is a cat nearby. That's my cat. His name is Leo. I love him so much. And this is a computer that I was also like having in my room when I was a kid. And I was playing The Sims 1 and my Sims were usually dying. Like I was just creating a family, bought a lot of stuff and they were dying and I was crying. And then my brother was yelling on me. Yeah, just look at this cat. I love him so much. Oh, these clouds behind me, that's a symbolism of how actually my teachers in the school were telling me that my head is always in the clouds. People don't like dreamers in the society, don't they? This is my favorite scene actually. So this is also was used by AI. I also found this photo somewhere in like, it was like Soviet Union time, and I asked the AI to color it. And then I asked to animate them as well, so they are smiling, to make the illusion of how actually I was growing up, and my mother told me that world is a wonderful place and people are so good and like we are very friendly towards each other, la la la. And I was actually growing with that idea, but when I actually got into the society, you can see how they changed their faces. Pop, they are not smiling anymore. So, and these red arms like pointing on me, that's how I actually felt and how I actually feel still when people are telling me that you should learn Uzbek, you don't look like Uzbek, blah, 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 and all that stuff. It's really hard. It's really hard to be like that. I'm not trying to play victim, but people can be really insensitive sometimes, and I'm still struggling to deal with that. And you can see that I actually like closed their faces with different patterns of different cultures. And by this scene, I wanted to show that sometimes people actually lose their personality. They're trying to hide behind their nation name. They are like trying to create their personality out of something collective, not individual. For people like me who are really individualistic, it was really hard to understand how they actually doing that. Like, how you can call yourself pure Uzbek, or how you're actually doing that. I don't understand how is it working, because I never felt that in my life, and I was always wondering how people feel comfortable with calling just one nations while defining themselves. By this scene, I wanted to show how these people who are actually defining themselves but just one nation are bullying people like me who are half-bloods, who have mixed background. And there are a lot of words that are actually used, but unfortunately, I realized one thing during when I released this song, that a lot of people have a biased perception. I had people who were writing me, oh, why you actually like showing that Uzbeks are aggressive towards everyone? And I was like, what? I never showed it. I was trying to show how society is aggressive towards people who have a mixed background. And it was not about Uzbeks particularly, it was about everyone. No, there was like a sticker, Uzbek emas, chala, and that's why you hate Uzbeks. And this person particularly ignored all the other stickers that I put here. Like, pick a side. It's like about Uzbeks only? Or из-за таких и нация портится? Is it like only about the Uzbek? Or let's check. What about the gastarbiters? Like, you all are gastarbiters. That's particularly what Uzbeks say, right? No. I was trying to show like how this hate spreads internationally, regardless of the nation. That's what I was trying to show, but people completely ignored all the other factors and just saw only one and started to blame me for hating Uzbek people. And I wanted like to show it that it's not about the nation, it's about people. It's like about the ideology that currently is being spread, that I don't know why is that happening. Maybe that's because there are a lot of pain inside and people don't know how to heal it, or I don't know. It's a really complicated one, but I didn't mean to like showcase that there's one nation that's being aggressive or something like that. I was just trying to show that there's a lot of hate and it should be stopped. It's not relevant. Like, we are all mixed. As you can see, like, I actually like surrounded myself with Kuzminchok. Like, it's something like from the bad eye, and I'm trying to protect myself from this bad eye, from these bad things, and I actually used that as a transition to the next scene. And as you may see, like, the next scene, it's a colored one, and I'm black and white, but there's a day outside, so it actually become a symbolical scene where I tried to show that at some point of my life I stopped actually talking about my nationality, because I wasn't feeling comfortable with it. I wasn't feeling comfortable to show people that I'm Uzbek or I'm a half-blood, because anytime I was trying to say that, people either try to analyze that and ask me, oh, why you're half-blood? So you're Russian, right? I started like concealing that. I wasn't like going into specifics of how many blood are mixed within me, so people would stop asking these questions. I started to become like colorful as the sun goes down. So like, this is symbolism that I actually started to show my real me when no one actually could see it in the night. So only my close people who are nearby can actually see me. The scene is actually like, It's really obvious. I was split between my dreams and what I saw with my eyes. Throughout my whole life, I was dreaming about like going abroad and living in New York City and building my career there. But unfortunately, I entered the university and I couldn't afford it financially. So I had to give up my studies for some time. I don't know, maybe it's forever. Maybe I will return to it. But right now I cannot, because financially it's really hard to pay for tuition fee while being international student. On the phrase "what I saw with my eyes," there's a beautiful footage of Topchan, and there's a beautiful grapes plants, and I was like standing in between it, because at one point I realized that if I go to New York City and I will try to live there, I will still miss this place. Because I'm not like 100% New York person. I wasn't born there. I'm still consist of something Eastern, and I have that within my DNA, and I couldn't escape that. And even if one day I will travel the world or migrate to some another country, there will be still a huge space for my country in my heart, and I will still love it in my own way. I'm not free. There's a roots, like the hint towards the name of my album. There's a beautiful wings consisting of different patterns of Central Asian countries, and I was trying to show that I'm not free, but I'm not tied as well. So like maybe at some sort of point, if you would take like language barrier, that I don't know my language, it's actually a barrier for me, and I feel like I'm tied with reflecting my love towards my country. But at the same time, I'm not tied because I have international language in my hands, and I have my own view on everything, and I have a lot of friends from other countries who I can communicate with because I know English, and it's kind of beautiful to look at that in that way. I don't think that I need to explain that line. I'm a stranger in my home that I'm in love with. It's really sensitive line because I'm an Aquarius. I don't know if you're into astrology or not, but throughout my whole life I really wanted to be connected with society, with community, but at the same time I was too different to do that, and I was like, at some point of my life I accepted the fact that maybe I will always be that kind of person who will never be enough to be accepted. I don't mind, I got something inside. So this scene also like sparked so many hate towards me. There's auras on my forehead, and people started talking that, oh, you are actually showing that Uzbeks are bad and they are aggressive. I never saw anyone in Uzbekistan who was bullying someone. Well, go to high school then, bruh. And there were people who were like, why are you showing off that Uzbeks are that way? I'm not showing that only Uzbeks are that way. You can't see what is on my cheek. You can see what is on my shoulder. There's like words that are showing off that there are different labels that nations are putting on each other. And there's nothing to do with Uzbeks or anyone else. It's like just labels that evil people are doing. There's no bad nations, there are bad people. People don't notice. They just look at their wounded places and they can't see anything else. And I also love this scene because if you look, there's like Uzbek background, but at the same time there's a cracks with some Slavic patterns. As how it happens within me, I consist of both Uzbek blood and Slavic one. And there's a wood with biroskas, and there are patterns that are more Central Asian. So I was trying to say that I cannot just cut myself into pieces and choose what pieces are good and what pieces are not. I'm still consisting out of that pieces. And I'm not going to live my life hating some part of me because I want to be happy. I want to be a happy person. I want to like spread the light. I want to be good. I want to be healthy. That's actually the sponsor of my video. So on the phrase that I'm made from the pieces, you can see that like I literally like broken into pieces, and you can see that there's like two halves of me, and one half is more like with Bekasam, and there's like a dress on my shoulder, and the other one there's like flowers in my head, berries in my ear, and Slavic material on my shoulder as well. This is actually like the interpretation how I feel. Like there's a constant road, some supergis, minarets, and modern building from New York. This scene was actually created by AI, and you cannot believe how we did that. We actually chose all the countries, all the nations that are currently in conflict, and we asked to use the colors from their flags to create a pattern using math formulas. So there's a Fibonacci, there's a lot of stuff, and you can actually look through it more attentively and find out what conflicts have you seen there. This is my favorite scene. I actually imagined it to be more advanced and complex, but I didn't have a lot of time to complete it in the way that I wanted. So I actually used the patterns of certain kingdoms and emperors who were present on that land during the very, very far away time from here. And the first pattern is like Greco-Bactrian kingdom. The second one is like the Kushan Empire or something like that. It's like the Turk Khaganate. It's like the Arab Caliphate. It's like the Samanid, Karahanid Empire. It's a Mongolian Empire. Russian Empire. And finally the original Uzbekistan right now. And as you may see, the background appears where there are people, and I was like drawing these people and all this inner side with one dominant pattern. And as you may see, like we are singing about that I'm a different, that's alright, I'm a Lego, I have blood. And at one moment, the whole like illusion of having a pure blood disappears, and you can actually see that there are a lot of different puzzles within every person. So what I was trying to say that although we have this idea of national identity right now, let's not forget that historically there are so many empires that were present on our land, and there are so many things that were carried within our DNA. So it's really foolish to think that we are pure-blooded. We are not. And I advise you, if you have opportunity, to have a DNA test, because I'm dreaming about that. I don't know whether we have anyone in Uzbekistan or not, but if we have, I actually want to go and to take that test, because I really want to know what's within me. And for sure, that's the biggest cure from being a nationalist, when you know how many things you carry within yourself. And I would like to show one video for you.
I'm proud to be English. My family have served and we've defended this country and we've been to war for this country.
I'm really patriotic about Bangladesh.
Well, I am 100% Icelandic, yeah, definitely.
Is this a Kurdish wedding?
with my mom. Think about other countries and other nationalities in the world. Are there any that you don't feel you get on with well, or you won't like particularly?
Germany. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Germans.
You might think they're a little bit...
Particularly India and Pakistan, probably.
You, I need you to spit in this tube for me. You spit up to the little black line.
That's a lot of spit.
I'm a little bit nervous, I have to say.
So you ready to find out your results? Will you read it out to us, please?
Wow, look at me. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Shit, I didn't expect that.
All of them.
Whoa! No, no.
Caucasus, which was Turkish?
Yeah.
Eastern Europe, Spain, Portugal, Italy, Greece.
I'm 32% British.
What?
Great Britain, 30%. Can we... 5% German.
I'm Irish.
Yeah.
So I'm a Muslim Jew.
Great Britain, 11%. Are you sure these results are mine?
Eastern Europe? Seriously?
Iceland has definitely moved closer to Europe now.
I'm gonna go a bit far right now, but this should be compulsory. There would be no such thing as like extremism in the world if people knew their heritage like that. Like, who would be stupid enough to think of such thing as like a pure race?
In a way, we're all kind of cousins, in a broad sense. In a much more direct sense, you have a cousin in this room. Turn around and guess who it is. Wash,
Yeah. What's that?
why don't you come down here and meet your cousin?
This is hilarious.
Did you know that?
I didn't know I did. This is like... my heart's pounding right now, I swear to God. We met.
At some point I realized that after so many colonial history that were present in our land, to so many like bad things happening to our people, you know, sometimes I'm watching the world and see that a lot of governments, it's not only Uzbekistan, it's like happening internationally. Like people have these nationalist tendencies, they have these self-isolation tendencies. And I see that it's an international trend, it's not like a particularly unique story for only Central Asia. And then I watched this video and I realized that maybe in any point in the future we can be more than that. Maybe we can build our unity on something else than this imaginary idea of pure blood. And I really want that if you watch this like till that moment, please don't forget to stay human being and rely on the qualities that are not related to your past and are not related to any kind of things that you're not controlling. Thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments what things actually surprised you, or maybe you have any questions that how did I do any kind of particular scene. And please let me know what you think about this whole story. So, see you soon. I will release a next video in November and it will be the good story about dreams. And I can't wait to share it with you. But right now, have a nice time. Bye bye.